Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking to you here in my basement in the great state of Kansas. And today I am continuing my list of ranking all the Beatles songs, all the ones that they've done, down to 121 through 117 on this list. I also like to say before this that I've been on Rich Strickler's live streams the last two times. He did one yesterday. I got on for a general chat, and today I was on for the sports beat. Anyway, so check out Rich Strickler's channel. I was on two live streams, which was a real joy and real exciting and nervous to talk to Rich and Glenn and Sam, some guys that I've watched videos of, and really enjoy their content and enjoy watching their conversations on live stream. So I feel kind of honored and blessed to just be a part of that and got to collaborate a little bit with them. And I'd love to do more collaborations with those guys and others anyway. So yeah, so check Rich Strickler's channel out, see me a little more on there. And I'm glad I got a little more subscribers. I think I'm up to 44 now, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean, to me, it's been a slow rise, but it was nice, I think, because I've been on Rich's channel. Maybe some more people have seen me, hopefully, and I welcome anybody to subscribe on the channel. Love to get to know people and get to watch their channels, and it's a great community to be a part of. It's a music vinyl community, though. I do music, I also like movies, so I mix in movies in there along with some music. Anyway, so just say that. So let's get to my rankings. At 121, I have the song I've Got a Feeling. It's from the album Let It Be, written by Paul, Let's Sang by Paul, basically. But the song is basically like two unfinished songs. Paul basically wrote most of it. There's kind of a middle part where John wrote, where he talks about everybody's had a hard year. It's a little like in between some of the chorus and the verses that Paul's singing. Anyway, so he kind of split that into there, which that's great about the Lennon-McCartney collaboration, is that how they can write into each other's songs and improve the song a little bit, which I enjoy. If you watch the Get Back documentary, you've seen this song. This is one of the songs that's played the most, to the point where I kind of got tired of listening to it because it was just constant. There's only like 4 or 5 songs that they just play constantly on the Get Back documentary. And I think, so it feels like Paul was really pushing this one maybe to be one of the big hit songs off that album, because he brought this was one of the songs he brought to the sessions. And it was only during the sessions that he kind of came up with like Get Back, which became a bigger hit than this one. So this one definitely Paul, I think, really felt strongly about. It's a decent song. Let It Be, a really great album. This is kind of the middle of the road Paul McCartney to me. Not like his higher stuff like Let It Be or Long and Winding Road or Blackbird, Yesterday. Those kind of songs are really the best of the best. And it's kind of in the middle. It's okay. It's got a good guitar part. The da na 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 da na na na, that kind of guitar intros, pretty good. And there's dun 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 dun. I don't know. There's some good guitar stuff in there, but it's nothing exceptional to me. It's just okay. And so that's why I got here at 121, kind of in the middle of, a decent Paul McCartney song. It's also noted that John was going through a hard time. That's why he wrote this part about having a hard year. He's going through a divorce, of course, with his first wife, and he's in a relationship with Yoko. Yoko had a miscarriage because she's a little bit older than John, and she already had a kid before him. But she had a miscarriage, so that was something. And he also had a drug bust during this time period. He was, of course, getting more and more on harder drugs. So a lot of bad stuff going on for John, and that's why he kind of wrote that part of it. So there's 121, I've Got a Feeling. At 120, I have I'm Happy Just to Dance With You. Came off the Hard Day's Night album. Written by Lennon McCartney, but it's led by George Harrison. It's one of those songs that Lennon McCartney often wrote for George, or they wrote maybe a song that fit Ringo better. I think George's not a bad singer. He's probably not quite on the level of Paul or John, So usually they wrote songs for George that the vocal range wasn't quite as big as what they could do. And Ringo especially, when they wrote for him, it was a really limited vocal range. They knew exactly where they could kind of sing the song. So I think it's kind of a simple song about just, and I always think about this. I love these songs, the '60s and the '50s era. It felt like a more instant time where you're talking about, all you want to do is hold hands with a girl. You want to dance with her, that kind of stuff. I don't know, so I kind of like the innocence of this kind of music of the time. And George does, I think, a really good job actually with the song. It's not a song I think about a lot. I mean, I know it's on Hard Day's Night. It's on Hard Day's Night. I believe they sing it, but you don't see George singing it on the film. I think they're like, it's kind of a montage of them dancing like in a club, and they play this song, which fits really well. It's not like Out of the Hard Day's Night. It's not a song I think about a lot. So when I was listening back to these songs, I was kind of surprised at how much I enjoyed the song. I guess it was a nice little catchy tune, and I thought George did a good job vocally. And I was kind of listening, going, "Wow, I actually kind of like this song." I mean, it's not real high on my list, but much higher than I first originally thought it was going to be here. It's a minute 58, so just under 2 minutes. So a really short song, fairly quickly paced. So it comes and goes really quickly on the album. But yeah, one that I'm kind of enjoying more and more, and that I like to listen to more than I thought I would before. So not a bad song, I think. At 120, I'm Happy Just to Dance with You. At 119, I have Money, That's What I Want. This is a cover song written by Barry Gordy and Jenny Bradford. It was recorded by Barrett Strong in 1959, so it's barely made into the 50s era. It was number 23 on Billboard's Hot 100, so it was a fairly good hit at the time. It was a big Motown kind of hit. It was number 288 on Rolling Stone's Top 500 Songs, so it's right in the middle almost there of their song. So obviously making the 500 songs, I mean, it means it was a pretty popular song at the time and had some important significance to rock and roll for it to be on that list. It comes off the With the Beatles album, their second album. Yeah, and I feel like this is almost like a because in the first album, Please Please Me, they end it with Twist and Shout, which was a cover song of a 50s cover song, and it was really successful, huge hit, was a real crowd pleaser, I would say. Like, I love watching some of those concert footage of the Beatles. Like they played for the Queen of England one time, and they ended it with this song, I know, and I think they ended a lot of concerts with this Twist and Shout song, because it has just this, great rock and roll sound to it, and John's vocals are just, he really lays into it. I mean, he was so good with these early rock and roll songs. He was kind of the go-to guy. I think he usually went with John Lennon for these rock and roll songs, and Paul McCartney went for maybe more of the ballads. He was a little better at those, though they both were good singers, Paul and John. Either one could do rock and roll or ballads if they wanted to. But I feel like at this point, John was more known for these kind of more harder rock songs for the time. And so I think Money, That's What I Want. I feel like they're trying to recapture that magic of doing Twist and Shout. That's just my kind of feeling of it. I'm not saying I don't know for sure. But I always felt like Money, That's What I Want. It's like another really nice hard rock song for the time. And I don't know. I don't remember if it ends the album. I feel like it probably was something like it ends the album of with the Beatles. And John's just vocals again. He just really lays into the vocals, hardcore, and he sounds great. Love John's vocals on this kind of song. And it's just again, it's a cover song. I'm not usually as big on most of the cover songs, especially these 50s covers. I'm not as huge on. They just sound like 50s songs and not Beatles songs. But it's an all right song. Like I said, I like John's vocals on it. Lyrically, of course, it's just about being greedy, I guess, and wanting money. So not much there, but yeah, it's an okay a cover song for the Beatles. They do a good job on it. So I got that here at 119, Money, That's What I Want. 118, I have another classic cover song, 50s cover song called Rock and Roll Music, written by the great Chuck Berry, one of the like original rock and rollers, great guitar player, sang a lot of great 50s rock songs. The Beatles were huge Chuck Berry fans, so I believe they covered two of their songs. I know he covered Roll Over Beethoven as well. And I don't know if I can't remember on top of my mind if there's any more. I just remember those rock and roll music and Roll Over Beethoven, two big Chuck Berry songs that they covered. And Chuck Berry had a hit song with it. It went number 8 on the Billboard's Top 100, so top 10 hit for Chuck Berry. It's number 128 in Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Songs. So again, it's kind of in the middle of that list. So a very important rock and roll song. It's a song about rock. It's a rock and roll song about rock and roll. So it's not real high on my list because of it's not lyrically, it's nothing special. It's, again, another just cover song with 50 songs. You know, John does a great, what I like most about it is John's vocals, again, just like with Money. He's got some great vocals for these 50s rock hits, I think. So he does a good job there. I'm not a huge fan of the song itself, and I've listened to Chuck Berry's version, you know, and it's fine. I probably prefer even John's vocals over Chuck Berry, but yeah, it's just kind of a middle of the road song to me. It's all right. It's here at 118. It's on the Beatles for Sale album. It's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so it was definitely a big song for rock and roll for its time, of course, where rock and roll is kind of in the early stages still when Chuck Berry wrote it. Anyway, so that's what I got here at 118, rock and roll music. Last song I have on here at 117 is off the Beatles for Sale album again. It's called What You're Doing. It was on Beatles 6 in the U.S. since I guess the U.S. didn't get Beatles for Sale too much later. So it's not one of their big hits off the album Beatles for Sale. Beatles for Sale is kind of towards the bottom of most lists of Beatles albums because it has a mixture of cover songs and originals. I think the originals are great, and this is one of the original songs on there. It's probably towards the bottom of the original songs on Beatles for Sale because I'm a huge fan of a lot of the songs like No Reply and I'm a Loser, Babies in Black, I believe is on there. I don't want to spoil the party. I enjoy a lot. So there's a lot of good originals, I think. And What You're Doing is up there as to be just a nice, catchy rock song, pop rock song. I believe it's written by Lennon McCartney. I believe Paul McCartney's doing most of the lead vocals on it. But yeah, it's not a bad song. When I come across it, I go, oh yeah, I forgot this song. It's one of the songs like, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot this is a Beatles song. It's not one I think about a lot or it's top of my list, but still not a bad song on here. So that's what I got here at 117, What You're Doing. So that's 5 more Beatles songs in the ranking. So feel free to comment on what you think about those songs and where you would put them on your list, or where if I should have it higher or lower on my list. You know, I enjoy reading the comments, seeing what other people think about this. Obviously, it's not a big deal. I mean, these songs could go anywhere. It could go up or higher. It's hard to kind of put some of these songs in a spot. I just kind of have it. I just know what songs I really love and the ones that I'm just okay on. So all these songs are kind of clumped together as just okay songs. Still not bad. Still enjoy listening to them from time to time. Anyway, so but yeah, just feel free to comment. I'd love to hear those or see those. And just want to thank you for watching this video and liking it. And just really, really thank you to all the subscribers for subscribing to my channel, especially a lot of the recent ones. Really excited to see if I get more. And I just thank you for supporting this channel, and I appreciate you. Have a good day.